If you having a desire, if you having a desire, this year might be your year. 2021, the expectation was this would be the year we rebound from a devastating pandemic of 2020. Get back to normal. Enjoy the space as we used to. Somebody gonna marry this year. Make the money happen this year. Releasing the song My Year for me was like an affirmation that things were gonna change, and I'm still grateful because a lot has happened that I'm grateful for. I have managed to record a lot of content, a lot of music. It has been a time to slow things down and look at everything in a bigger perspective, process things on a slow way, not rushing. And I must say I have done a couple of things in 2021 that I'm grateful for. Releasing this song, as I can say, I'm a very, very optimistic person. I love being positive at all times, and this year has been so positive to me, despite whatever went down. I connected with my family, I recorded more songs, and of course, hearing from my fans how the song helped them through the tough times is still a win for me. I feel like I got a trophy still, and I'm grateful to God for that, because no cars were allowed on the road. You couldn't do anything, but we managed to trek with my producer to the studio and we recorded a couple of songs. At some times we couldn't even go back because that would mean we would violate the curfew, so we ended up working overnight. All that content has been so special to me. There's a lot of memory, there are a lot of strong memories attached to it. And oh my, 2021 is still a year that I'm grateful for. That is why I released the song My Year. Of course, a lot of controversies, memes and trolls were running around it. But to me still, the song was doing well because people gave it more attention. They actually resonated with the song because yes, we were having a tough time, but we couldn't keep on crying. At some point, you have to move on despite what you're going through. And people started connecting with the song, taking the message, and somehow I believe something about their life changed in 2021. Looking back, when I was still a kid, right now it actually looks like it was a hard time to live, but it was my life and it was the only way to live, and I felt alive living it. Street vending food with mom, to survive with my brothers. At some point, I traveled to China to perform in Chinese parks for the passers-by. The times that I was in the traditional dance troupe, Chikal, I must say I learned a lot there, and I'm grateful to God that I went through that because the journey that I took has got me here, and I feel like if I took a different one, it would have been a different result. So from traditional troops to China, came back home and I landed a recording deal. I was I was a writer. I didn't see this coming, but eventually the label wanted me to sing the songs myself. That was like a big turning point for me.
Yeah, let's take over the world. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. Very happy. And what you see now, I don't want to change it. Like I want this. This is the perfect result. And I'm grateful for those times, being in the traditional dance groups, learning all that stuff, the flute, the adungu, the long drums, everything that I learned there, I've actually used it in the work that I produce right now. And I'm grateful that I went through those times, that I learned whatever I learned. And I thank God for putting me through that, because it has made me who I am. The Azawi that you see today, the percussive Azawi, the rhythmic Azawi, and oh my, I'm just grateful to God. It was a blessing for me to live that life, I can say.
Almighty Jaja bless my heart, so even in the middle of my
Working on African music, the album exposed me to amazing talent. Michael Fingers, he's a very special producer with a very unique ear. Working with him opened my eyes to a lot of things. And Iolizer, he has been so successful with Diamond Platinums. We did a track with him that features on the album. Very, very talented, amazing producer there. And Steve Keys he's been like really new to production, but I'm really amazed at how he got the game so quickly, and he's really doing so good. I worked with a couple of them. There's actually Bomba. We trekked miles during lockdown to record music. He has that energy, that force. He never gets tired. And my man, Hussein, I love that guy like so much. He set the tone for the album, and working with him, Hussein understands my frequency so well. And I feel like that is why we've been able to do a lot of music. He set the tone for the album. I also got to work with the legendary Benon Mugombia. At some point I feel like he's a perfectionist, but it is really very good. Like, he wants things to be on point, and working with him made me realize that we should always be conscious about what we produce, how we do stuff when we're working in the studio. I got the opportunity to work with him. We have a song together, guys. Wow, can't wait for you to hear it. It was such an amazing experience, I must say.
Azawi is really what you would call the quintessential musician, if such a thing exists in art. She's super passionate about what she does, pays attention to detail, super hungry, and really that gives you the morale and the drive to make sure you facilitate the dream. We as a record label and the management, to make sure we facilitate the dream and really be part of the history of her journey. I can't wait to hear the reactions and the remarks about this album, African Music.
I worked with actually a couple of people. There's one person called a ghostwriter. He doesn't want to be out in the camera, but he has sick and amazing ideas. I think you should come for songs to Julius, because that guy has amazing ideas. Actually, most of the songs on the album were his ideas. Patemud, Fwa Fwa Fwa, Loving You Is Easy, to mention but a few. Thankful, oh my, like They were all his ideas. Like, he just come with a word and he's like, come up with something around it. I think he has really inspired me like a lot when it comes to creating African music, the album.
Working with an artist like Azawi is a dream for any executive producer. She's extremely talented, she's dedicated to her work, and this you could tell. We are able to record so many songs. She managed to record so many songs in a very short time. We got to a point where we had now to put together the album, and we had 50 solid good songs, and we had to cut it down to a body of work, which we finally were able to do. But it wasn't easy, and we are very, very excited that the album she's been able to present to her fans is going to be a very enjoyable piece of art to consume for the fans.
African music for the party.
What I can say, the content on this album is a collection of my life experiences as a person, my journey from where I started to where I am today. As I told you, being in the African traditional dance groups exposed me to that rich content of African sounds and rhythms, and I got all of that content and I put it into my work. That is why you're gonna find a lot of African instruments in my content, the tube fiddle, the adungu, the flute. I put it all there because that is me, that is what I've been experiencing in my life. Sometimes people ask me like, how do you create? I can only relate it with love. If I don't fall in love with whatever I'm creating, then it won't be out. I have to first have that chemistry with the track. Sometimes I just listen to the track, understand what it's trying to say to me. Is the melody going to my brain, or the melody is going straight to my heart? And if something hits my heart straight, then there's immediate chemistry. And for me, I always have to feel it. Like, I have to feel it. Like, before I even put words on it, I have to just feel it. If I have the melody, if I'm connecting with the track, the words can fall in easily. So my creation process has to be a time to make love with the song, to make love with the track. And I'm grateful that so far, I've made love to a lot of tracks. So it is always like a nice time when I'm creating, and when I find someone who understands my frequency when I'm creating, then it is always magic. It is a threesome, like the track, the artist I'm working with, and myself. There's always a time for a threesome.
Don't rush, boy, I'm with you through the night. Your body's all I want.
What I can say is, I'm not here to sell fashion, to sell trends. If I inspire someone out there to, to wear to dress, or to follow the fashion trend that I'm into, then that would be a sweet bonus. But I'm a person that really wants to be known for my music. I want that to speak for me, like, all the time. I don't want anything else to obstruct my strength of an artist, of being a singer, being a writer. I want that to always stand out and to represent me, because I'm not here to impress anybody, like, to dress like the way people would want me to dress. I just want to be me, do my thing, because this is what I love to do. This is what I enjoy doing, and I want people to appreciate me for that, to accept me for that, not for any other reason, but for my music, because that is what I'm selling, that is what I love to do. That is my happy place. I hope that people get to resonate with my music. I hope that people get to connect with what I create, because we shouldn't let anybody out there to tell our story as Africans. We should always tell our truth. Like, don't let anybody else tell something different. We should be proud of who we are, and I hope that the music on this album, African music, relates to your stories, relates to what you're trying to speak out as an African. I wanted to be part of this journey, contribute to the amazing sounds that are coming from home, from Africa. I hope that my fans and everyone out there gets to connect and resonate to what I've created on African Music, the album. I love you. Right now.
To pray for, or someone